There are two types of cell responses that happen in the cell. The first one is nuclear response. Nuclear response happens in the nucleus beginning with the end of a phosphorylation cascade. At the end of the phosphorylation cascade, a phosphorylated kinase enters the nucleus, activating a gene-regulating protein, a transcription factor, which then stimulates specific genes to synthesize mRNA. The mRNA will be translated into a specific protein. Now it's time to talk about cytoplasmic response. In the cytoplasm, signaling pathways regulate, for example, enzyme activity. Cytoplasmic response happens when the NF-RN bindings activate the enzyme that catalyzes the breakdown of glycogen and releases the glucose 1-phosphate molecules. Now we look at the fine-tuning of the response. Signaling pathways with numerous steps between a signaling event at the cell's surface and the cell's response have two important benefits. They amplify the signal and they provide different points at which a cell's response can be regulated. The overall efficiency of the response is also enhanced by scaffolding proteins. Another crucial point in fine-tuning the response is the termination of the signal. The explanation for the specificity exhibited in cellular responses to signals is simply because different kinds of cells have different collection of proteins. Here are some examples of different responses a cell could have. The pathway could lead to a single response, or have pathway branches which would lead to two responses. There could even be crosstalk between two pathways, or a different receptor could lead to a different response. Scaffolding proteins are large proteins to which several other relay proteins are attached simultaneously. The most difficult component for our group was to get the cytoplasmic response due to its intensive detail about the different types of molecules and how they interact in the response. As a recap, cellular response includes nuclear response and cytoplasmic response that are fine-tuned and amplified. The pathways that are signaled can trigger a single response or have two reactions due to a branch pathway. Sometimes there can even be crosstalk between pathways.